Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is happening with y'all this good, fine morning? I hope everything is well. Happy Friday. Gabe Toss in the building. What's going on, my guy? All things, man. Thrilled, true to life in the building. Mr. Mileage, what's going on, man? Devon Smith said, yo, Gervonta coming up. What you talking about? Gervonta's coming up. Devin, what you talking about? How's he coming up? Because he's talking on the internet? Hey, man, you just said goes to show you don't know what the guy's story is. You know, what's going on, Coach Chris? Control LeGrew, I think I said what's up. Nuke the Duke, what's up, though, man? Good morning, man. Good morning. On the money line, what's going on? David Howard, good morning, sir. Always beautiful to see you, man. Always a good morning when I see you, man. What's going on, Marcus the Villain? Linda Roddick, what's going on? Linda Riddick, excuse me. Good morning, Linda Riddick. Good morning. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see your name. Hope you well. Thank you for the emojis. Appreciate you. Lee Jackson, what's going on? Carl Brown, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a minute, Carl. How you doing, man? Good to see you, man. I haven't seen that name in a minute, man. 3FB, BF3. What up, man? What up, BF? What up, BF? Hope you're doing well. Hey, what's up, BF? I ain't talked to you in a long time, bro. Let me send some love your way, brother. What's up, BF? Hope you're doing well, bro. Hope life is treating you really, really well, BF. You know you my guy, man. Yes, my man, 100 grand, BF. Way beyond the boxing, bro. That's my guy. So, man. Carl Brown said, I may not be in the comments, but I'm always watching. That's what's up, Carl. Thank you for leaving a comment, man. Hey, just leave a comment every once in a while, man. I appreciate you listening, man. We have thousands of people that check in every day. It's really it's a true blessing, man, to have thousands of people that, they check in. And during our 2 hours, sometimes as long as 3 hours that we talk, bro, there'll be thousands of people that come in here over that course of time. Thank you to each and every one for watching me. It really makes I really, really appreciate it, man. And I'm going to try to be very, very positive about the sport of boxing. And when we get a few more people in here, you right, bro. Thank you, bro. When we get a few more people in here, hold on one second, man. Let me see if I can find this. These were all. Let's see. I don't want to go to post. How do I get on my? For me. Okay, hold on a second. Zoof the Boxing. You're going to want to watch him. Floyd Diaz has quite an impressive amateur. Yeah. All right, so they got Zoof the Boxing, who has got everybody in the boxing world scared to death. When I'm telling you they got him scared to death, bro, man, they swear to death, bro. Scared to death. Was this DAZN? Yeah, hey, man, that nigga take that shit off the back of his head. Good job. Good job taking that shit off the back of your head, bro. I appreciate that, man. Showbiz the Adult. Shout out to Showbiz the Adult. Like I said, I'm going to be positive with everybody. Shout out to Showbiz the Adult, bro. Good work you're doing over there on DAZN. And let me tell you, bro. Hey, what's up, Denali Smith? What's going on, man? Fanon, silent watcher here. Love your content. God, hey, thank you. Just leave a comment every once in a while. If y'all watch, just leave a comment every once in a while. Like, serious, man. There's a lot of cats, the support in the super chat, not as much as used to. Probably need to bring this stream back together so that when people can see that there are super chats up, or I'll just leave the super chat up. So make sure everybody sees that there's been super chats because sometimes it gets split in between the two. But hello, she says, let's start some color in the chat. Hey man, Friday morning chat color would be beautiful, man. Thank you. And Lynetta, Rebecca, Dana, I'll do it out of order. Hey, Fanon, silent watcher here. Love your content. God bless. Thank you so much. That means a lot. It really does. So, yeah, anyway, man. So, anyway, I see Showbiz the adult cut that shit out the back of his head. So, shout out to Showbiz adult for doing that. I could have sworn this Negro said he was a little 135-pound a week ago. So, what did he say?
He would capitalize off a guy being smaller like Lomachenko. He could say whatever he want. He know Lomachenko was a small guy. I'm not that little. I'm not. That's fact. I got reach. I got size. I'm not just no little guy. So, he'll see.
Okay. Good job, man. Hey, James Dickerson says, regards from Scotland, man. Shout out to Scotland, man. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're doing well out there, man. Blessings to Scotland, man. Blessings to Scotland. Shout out to my guy Josh Taylor out there in Scotland. I hope Josh Taylor's doing well. What a fabulous fighter you guys had, that Scottish fighter who was undisputed at 140 pounds a couple years ago. What an absolutely terrific fighter, man. What a terrific fighter. So look, man, there's people that are very scared about the Muhammad Ali Revival Act and what the Muhammad Ali Revival Act means to the sport of boxing and the people that are going to be affected. So in the portion of the title where I say Dana White did more than take over boxing, I really mean that. He's done more than take over boxing. He has not taken over boxing, right? See, because just got to remember, TKO is just a company. It's a unified boxing organization. That doesn't mean that there can't be other unified boxing organizations, right? It might actually mean that some of the sanctioning bodies, because of what the punishment that they put on the sanctioning bodies, because no joke, bro, the Muhammad Ali Revival Act was only supposed to be about establishing unified boxing organizations, right? That's what they say guts the Muhammad Ali Act, because they have unified boxing organizations that can act as the manager and the promoter, provided that they, abide by the requirements of the legislation. Okay, so it is a very, very big loophole, like that you can drive, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 oil tankers through. I mean, it's so big, it's huge. You know what I mean? However, let me tell you what they did. Also, they legislated for the sanctioning bodies. In order for a sanctioning body to do business, the sanctioning body cannot have any more than one belt. Do you know what that's going to do to all the regional titles and all the other stuff that these guys have going on? It's going to get rid of them, because the WBA cannot have an interim champ unless there's very specific circumstances for an interim champ. You're not going to be able to have super champs. You're not going to be able to have probably regional belts, WBA silver belts, WAL purple belts. The WBA is not going to be able to give Cinco de Mayo championships, right? None of that. But it also does affect Ring Magazine, because Ring Magazine still has to behave as a promoter, because Ring Magazine cannot operate. I mean, it cannot operate as a promoter. So it's a little bit of a bell on Ring Magazine. It really is. For them trying to position themselves as being the champion. Dog, you can't be a champion if you're not you can't put up fights. You're going to need sanctioning bodies for those big fights. So what's going to have to happen? There's probably going to need to be a consolidation of sanctioning bodies. In order for them to make money, they're going to have to consolidate sanctioning bodies. They're going to have to revert They are. In order for the sanctioning bodies to be able to survive against competing unified boxing organizations with a limited number of belts and champions that are out there to have, the WBA is going to probably need to be, and the WBC and the IBO and the IBF are need to get unified. Otherwise, they're going to get put out of business because you're going to only have one fighter. Like you get one fighter, you can't, that's it. You get a unified champion, a 4-belt holder in one championship, in one weight class. That's it. There's no other championship fights that can be waved around. None. They totally took the interest of television, because you got to remember why there are all these belts. The reason that they're all, hey man, don't steal my content either, man. If you're gonna take it, put it in the fucking super chat or something, okay? I mean it. I'm trying to explain some shit to y'all that some of y'all won't understand. I'm trying to give you good information, okay? Because this stuff is very, very real, and the legislative ramifications of it are extensive. The ramifications of the legislation is extensive, especially when they start dealing with enforcement. Because if they fuck around and put some teeth in this bitch, because big business is involved, right? You got a $1 billion monopoly, and you start violating those legislative acts. I think I'm with you. I'm going to make, hey, look, Zufta it is. Go Zufta. Hey man, Carl Brown says, just a little love for a real one for keeping it 100. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. That means an immense amount, bro. Thank you very much. It really, really, really does. So first of all, one of the biggest things that's going to happen is the effect on the sanctioning bodies. The sanctioning bodies, if you guys want to survive, you're going to have to unify. You're going to have to create a unified sanctioning body. Seriously, you're going to have to get yourself down to one champion, and you guys are going to have to get together. If you guys don't revert back to maybe 2 of you at the most, then you guys are never going to be able to have enough leverage in any negotiation for any fight. Seriously, it's damning to the sanctioning bodies. Or not damning, because no joke, there's ways that the sanctioning bodies can overcome this. The way that the sanctioning bodies have to overcome it is that they've got to limit the weight classes, and they have got to limit the number of sanctioning bodies. Because the fewer weight classes you have now, the more valuable your belt becomes when you have less competition. Okay? Because when you have those big money fights, they're going to need sanctioning bodies. But if you guys don't combine, you're never going to be able to negotiate in a way that's going to be able to get you to compete against the majors, against the unified boxing organizations, of which you're probably going to have 2. I'm telling you, you're not going to have just one unified boxing organization. You're going to have 2 unified boxing organizations, because there's going to have to be competition within the unified boxing organizations. And in order to make money, you got to come to the United States. That's why they're acting like this is a worldwide thing, because of the Muhammad Ali Act. Because now, in order to do business in America, you have to abide by this legislation when it gets passed. Because it's going to get passed. Yeah, you're going to have to get rid of bantam weights. You're going to have to get rid of straw weights. I mean, who can afford? You're not going to be able to afford those fights. 115, 112. No, you guys are in danger. Like those little itty bitty weight classes where you guys have been wasting a lot of money, man, those weight classes are in trouble if the Muhammad Ali Revival Act happens this way. I mean, it really is. They really are. Because in order for you to make any significant amount of money, you're going to have to pop out the top of a unified boxing organization to be able to get the benefits of the original Muhammad Ali Reform Act. You understand what I'm saying? Because in order for you guys to benefit from this system and work this system, you're going to have to go there early. You know, when you have an amateur career in the U.S. boxing, what's going on, Stephen Williams? All this because people want to tell a boxer what to do and who to fight. I mean, look, man, when you have corruption and a lot of waste and very, very, arrogant people, like, dog, look, man, the writing's on the wall, bro. The writing is on the wall for the sanctioning bodies. I think the writing is on the wall for the smaller weight classes as far as getting very major paydays, because you're not going to be selling any, you're not even going to be selling any tickets. Only the big name people are going to be able to sell Zufta tickets, and they're going to sign some big name fighters to Zufta because they got plenty money. You know what I mean? They got plenty money. No joke. And if they get selective about what other promoters they're going to work with and fighters that they're going to do business with, I just think it's a very, very interesting scenario, man, from the aspect of the sport of boxing, the sanctioning bodies. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of problem with state commissions because state commissions are funded. They made the mistake several years ago of making state commissions get paid based off of the sale and the volume of the ticket sales in boxing matches. So with that probably getting gutted, right? Because you're not going to have regional championships, or you're going to have to recreate a culture where belts are not important, truly not important. And you're only watching guys get in the ring to see if they beat each other up. So, I mean, I'm an advocate of that. But seriously, man, if in order for the promoters right now, you have to get rid of you got to get rid of several major promoters. You have got to get rid of several major promoters. You do. You got to get rid of several sanctioning bodies. You got to do the real reform that you guys always talked about, but you never wanted to do. Because as I said on Twitter, you guys, where boxing was dog eat dog. The business of boxing was dog eat dog. Everything about it, bro. From the promoters, how they dealt with each other as dog eat dog. How the networks, like how DAZN behaved was dog eat dog. The way the YouTube content creators behave and the managers behave and the fighters behave is dog eat dog. And now, what do you have? Now you got some elephants walking in the room and they don't give a shit about no dogs. Now you got elephants standing in the room, and elephants don't give a shit about you dogs. They're going to take what they want, or they're going to stomp you out and then take what they want. You know what I mean? Because you got elephants in the room. Seriously, man, this was going on because they're going to pass this legislation. And let me tell you, it's a big statement that Ari Emanuel is involved in this shit. It really is, bro. It is a big, because, dog, I'm telling you about these guys, man. I told you about it yesterday. Look, man, y'all been playing around a lot, dog. And, you wouldn't fix your act. And you just kept making the problem worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And now you got this very valuable product called boxing. Now, let me tell you the difference. Hey, Isaiah said, I have that Paramount Plus shit to watch that weak-ass Zufta boxing. Yeah, it's weak right now. It looks weak now. But what happens if they start poaching DAZN fighters? Because these guys are all fighting over there on DAZN. What happens when they start poaching DAZN fighters to come over to Zufta on Paramount Plus? That's why I think you already have Amazon Prime having the deal with DAZN to try to show their fights. Isaiah YWD says, salute for 9, have that Paramount Plus shit to watch. Yeah, I got you. What up, Justin? Yeah. So I think that there's going to be, said it's going to always be weak. That's what they're saying. You know what I mean? Can I tell you something? Can I ask you a question? Let me ask if y'all can relate to this. Have you ever put a 1 in the chat if you've ever been with if you've ever no, I'm not going to ask. Let me share this with you. The older I get, the more attractive every woman I see becomes. Let me repeat this. The older that I get, the more beautiful almost every woman that I see becomes. Because I have a greater appreciation. Now, do you know why one of the reasons why I have a greater appreciation? Because I also have a greater restriction. I have a greater restriction. I can't follow my impulse on any of the women that I find attractive. When I was younger and I was single, I had the ability to go after whatever I wanted to go after, and therefore I was much more selective, right? It's just a natural product of the circumstances that you're in. I have friends that are not married, and they are much more selective about who they find attractive. I find almost every woman I talk to attractive. They're beautiful, beautiful beings, right? But I don't deny that restriction may have something to do with that. Now, let's talk about when they are always inundating you with telling you who is a good fighter, and every one of your fighters gets shut down. Okay? These guys have put a blockage in boxing to prevent major talent from even being seen. We have Errol Spence Jr. fighting once every 4 years. Terrence Crawford fighting once every 2 years. Canelo Alvarez has been in a victory lap and getting a ton of money for victory laps for years. These guys got to go, bro. These guys are they're not giving us anything. All they gave us at the top of the sport is a bunch of nonsense that I don't really want to go into today. Facts for now, and especially being with my wife for over 20 years. Yeah, man. When you start noticing that, man, them girls look good. Shit. You know what I mean? Them girls look good. Them girls be looking pretty, dog. Be like, girls be like, looking, they be like 45, looking like, damn. Yeah. When you're 26, you don't usually look at 45 and 50-year-old women like, wow. Dog, I saw a fucking, I swear she was got to be damn near 70. And I was like, damn, she looks good. Very attractive, obviously, clearly in her 60s and 70s. But I was like, damn, she holding it together very, very nicely. Seeing as I'm getting closer to 60 myself, you know what I mean? It's still people in the same age range. But anyway, back on to the boxing and how y'all are in a lot of trouble. Okay? I am today, for your entertainment, going to explain to you exactly how much trouble these people are and why it's not even about Dana White and Zufta. It's about the legislation itself. It's about the legislation itself. The Muhammad Ali Revival Act allows for for very wealthy people who have sovereign wealth funds. Sovereign wealth funds. Can anybody put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard me mention sovereign wealth before? Seriously, hey, Barbara, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Barbie. I know you're not a man. She said for the hard work and dedication to the sport. Barbara Davis, thank you so much, Barbara Davis. Appreciate you. Neptune Nikki said, you look damn good for 9 to be closer to 60. Yeah, I'm closer to 60. I appreciate that. I appreciate that I look good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. And Barbara D, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your support. I was in my 20s looking for the 30s and the 40s. Hey, dog, look, dog, you in your 20s? Bro, you just needed to pay. Hey, you can't even say it with the laws and shit. Look, so anyway, I'm going to treat you guys. What up? Hey, man, what up, brother? Man, what's up with the Rise podcast, man? Shout out to B More, bro. Shout out to team Gervonta Tank Davis. Shout out to team Scooter Davis. Shout out to team Jalil Hackett. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Barbara D, for real. Where Kamal Oz at? I hope he okay. Haven't seen him or in KO Live either. I don't know where he is, bro. But anyway, I hope he's well. Shout out to Kamal Oz. Shout out to Kamal Oz. Shout out to Kamal Oz. I hope he's doing well. I hope he's blessed. Seriously, man, I'm gonna be very positive today, bro. Shout out to you, brother. You know, y'all got all my support, bro. Hey, Rise Podcast, y'all know y'all got my support a million miles an hour, bro. You know what I mean? Family over the fuck shit. I'm gonna get a shirt today. Somebody coined the phrase family over fuck shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. Family over fuck shit. You know what I mean? Family over fuck shit. It is what it is, dog. You got to be loyal. You got to be loyal, bro. And I'm going to be, and no joke, bro. Y'all good people to me. Y'all have been good people to me. You came good. Y'all gave me good content. Came by y'all. Exactly. Hey, Carl. Hey, man. Curtis Robinson said, Fanon, salute, Fanon. Thank you, brother. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all walking up on letting me have the rest of the day off. Dog, I got some vodka I got to pour out. I got some vodka I got to pour out so I don't drink it all. That's it, because I don't feel like getting buzzed, but that shit looks inviting sitting there. So I got to dump some stuff out. But other than that, nigga, thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. Because, man, life is so interesting, bro. Life is so interesting. Do you know that my best friend, one of my best friends, my brother, his mentor just bought boxing? Listen to me, man. On God, bro. My friend who I love, that's my brother, bro. Dude is my brother. He got nominated for 16. His movie got nominated for 16 Oscars. And his friend, one of his best friends, bought fucking boxing. Let me tell you something, bro. If you don't think I'm going to support Ari Emanuel after Ari Emanuel supported my guy, you fucking nuts. I'm telling you at the core of this shit. I mean it. I want those dudes to do well. Fuck y'all. Family over fuck shit. I mean it, dog. Now, that said, there's the PBC and organizations that can get fighters like Tank big money and big fights on big car. There's gonna be places for the big promoters, bro. You know what I mean? 2, 3 of the Oscars. There's going to be places for these dudes to still put on big fights if they work together. Just like the sanctioning bodies can make a lot of money. And honestly, they can make more money because guess what? In order to have a $20 million fight, if there's only one belt, they got to pay the sanctioning fee, WBA. They got to pay the sanctioning fee. So in order for you guys to get it, dog, y'all need you need to get one boxing sanctioning body with all 4 of you guys being part of it. No joke. And then you need to jack up your fucking fees for your belts. You got to jack up the fees. You can't get away with cutting deals with Terrence Crawford and having him try to hand you $100K on 50 million. You know what I mean? No, if you're getting 50 million, you giving up about 4. You know what I mean? You giving up a stern 10%, homie, for our belt. Because we can actually put the fights on. Ring can't put the fights on. See, you got to understand, sanctioning bodies. You guys got to get together because this is happening. All right? This shit is going off, bro. I'm telling you. Ari Emanuel's fucking with that shit. I fuck with Ari Emanuel. All my people fuck with Ari Emanuel. We fuck with Rahm Emanuel. They're going to pull this shit off, bro. I'm telling you. They're going to pull this shit off. No joke. My best friend, his big company, Ari Emanuel, was a huge backer of his company. No, these guys just bought boxing. I'm telling you, they just bought boxing. I told you a couple years ago that it would cost about $6-7 billion to buy boxing. Bro, they got a Paramount deal for $6-7 billion and put boxing up underneath it and then lobbied. And they got Ilhan Omar, bro, Democrats. That's that ass, dog. I'm telling you, that's that ass. So you're not going to be able to beat those guys. I'm just telling you, you're not going to be able to beat I'll say his name. You're not going to be able to beat Charles King. You're not going to be able to beat Ari Emanuel. You're not going to be able to beat these heavy duty dudes in the entertainment industry. No way. They've been trying to figure out how they can monetize the internet, how they can monopolize this shit for a long time, bro. And let me tell you, they're brilliant men. Stunningly brilliant human beings. You're fucked. I'm just telling you. The unified boxing organizations are going to take place. They're going to have billions and billions and billions of their dollars at their disposal to buy up amateur boxing, to get rid of all the regional titles, all of the nightmares that you think are going to take place, bro. They can take place. But at the same time, you need to accept that there's a way to go around that. And you're going to have to combine things. You got to get rid of a lot of your waste. You can't afford to have guys on YouTube standing in the way of your championship fights being made because promoters and managers are paying these guys money to put their fingers and tip their scale and to tip the scale. You can't afford to have it anymore. Fern said, keep the color going. Please do. Thank you, brother. Let me hit this gong that Kamal Oz bought me. Thank you, bro. Thank you, brother. You know what I mean? You can't keep fucking around and destroying fighters like Tank. You won't survive. You can't just destroy Gervonta Davis, somebody that's actually valuable, somebody can actually sell tickets. You can't afford it. You can't afford to have the arrogance of Max Kellerman and of Jim Lampley and those guys. You know why? Because they lost everything in boxing and they got bought up. These dudes' nose is so far up Ari Emanuel's ass. It's seriously, bro. It's like they're swimming up his behind. It's unreal. It's unreal what they're saying and how they're like, my whole life I've been waiting for Zufta. Yeah, I know you're gonna say that shit when you got niggas with that much muscle on your ass. Trust me, because we're the muscle, dog. Trust me. Trust me, bro. Y'all not gonna do shit to this dude, bro. Seriously, you don't have any weight with these guys. Any weight whatsoever because they got all the weight. Like I said, they're elephants walking in the room looking at a bunch of dogs yapping and stealing money. And let's not forget that you guys are stealing money through gambling and ruining gambling. All right? There's public interest in taking money away from fighters, especially when you see athletes with this big paydays running around fixing poker matches and shit like that, bro. You know what it's called? It's called Caesar's Circus. You know what I mean? What was it called? Caesar, the Emperor's Circus? They said, I saw this little short on Instagram. Shout out to Instagram. Ari Emanuel is the CEO of TKO Group Holdings and Endeavor, overseeing the parent company of UFC and Zufta Boxing. And he's the brother of Rahm Emanuel, who's the former mayor of City Chicago and a very good dude. He is also the mentor of one of my best friends and one of the most successful executives that there is in the entertainment industry. And I'm telling you right now, Ari Emanuel is a brilliant, brilliant man that is very, very politically connected. And there's a reason why he's politically connected. And that's because certain niggas like yours truly got a lot of political connections that we make available to people like Ari Emanuel. And you better believe, bro, you know what I'm saying? You guys are fucked, bro. So let's get to how you guys are going to save the big money fights. All right? Because all that small shit that you niggas was making money off of, gambling off, all that little shit you was setting up, all your little bullshit gambling, all that shit's out the window, bro. Isaiah YWD in the building said, Zufta giving out Medicaid and $200 checks. Yep. To small fighters. But see, that's a wound, bro. That's a wound, Isaiah. You got to understand. They make a lot of money on smaller belts and smaller fights that take place. All of these fighters are ranked and registered with the WBA, the WBC, the IBF. These guys have money that they are making from all these fights all around the world. All around the world. But the ultimate championships ultimately really take place in the United States. So what they're trying to do, and I don't like this part of it, but I'm going to be honest. What they're going to do is they are probably going to allow Turki Al-Sheikh to buy big fights inside of Saudi Arabia. Martin, I'm no fan of Rahm Emanuel, punk ass. He held the Laquan McDonald police killing for over a year till he was forced to release it. Hey, look, man. I'm from Chicago, brother. I can understand why you would not like or not like Rahm Emanuel. All I'm saying is it's family over fuck shit. I'm being honest with you, man. It's family over fuck shit. It's Chicago. It's family over fuck shit. I ain't got nothing to. I don't know what happened there, and I'm can't speak on what happened with the killing and releasing of information and all of that. However, there's a police chief. There's other people involved. It's not my business. I don't know anything about it. However, if he did something wrong, hey, man, that's shame on Rahm Emanuel. All I'm saying as far as our family and our lives, hey, man, he gave us business. We worked with him. He's a good dude. No. Jamel, no. Zufta is not a farming system for Ring. TKO is a farming system for Zufta. Ring Magazine is not a promoter. Zufta Boxing is a registered promoter. So TKO would be a feeding system for Zufta. Zufta can actually sign big name fighters and make big fights. They can, because they have a promotional company. The issue of the small fees and all of that is related to TKO. So I do believe that they are saying that TKO, that Zufta would sit on top of TKO. And Zufta, 2KO would be the unified boxing organization, and Zufta would just make big fights, and maybe Zufta the fighters would fight on Ring events that Ring could fund. That very well could be the case. I think a lot of that stuff is going to play out as it plays out. But I'm just telling you right now, do not expect me. I'm going to support. I'm supporting the shit. I am. I think this is a very bold move, especially the legislation. I'm not saying who I'm going to support as a unified boxing organization or as a promoter, but I'm going to tell you right now that amendment to require the sanctioning bodies to only have one championship, I think that is an incredibly awesome thing right there. I think it's awesome. And I think that these dudes need to combine, and I like it. That's the only thing I can really say that I've seen about that bill that I actually like. The only thing that I'm going to say is I know and I can see the forest for the trees. You know what I mean? I can read the tea leaves. And here's a fact, bro. Ari Emanuel and Ari Emanuel's crew just is probably going to get this legislation passed. And when they pass this legislation, they own boxing. Like such a large percentage of it that it's going to be very hard to do any business if you don't do business with them. Seriously, they went monopoly move on you, and there's a public service, and there's a public interest for it, which I warned you guys about. I warned you guys about what you guys were doing with all this theft and all this waste and all this graft. I've been telling you guys about that, and you guys didn't want to listen. You guys want to continue to hit licks. You know what I mean? You guys are out here with your asses hanging and swinging in the wind. Man, thank you, bro. Robert Stone said, hidden repercussions. Sweet scientists, athletic brothers will be replaced by ticket-selling brawlers, fill in the blanks as they control the narrative. Very interesting point. Let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to have to win fights, and you're going to have to be entertaining in order for these guys to pick and put you and sign you. I think you're right. I don't think that they're going to allow safe fighting. I don't think let me tell you something, man. Anytime you do a rule change, bro, the best athletes are going to win. If you make Floyd Mayweather Jr. and you know that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has to stay active, you know what he's going to do? He's going to stay in his weight class. Number one, he's going to stay in his weight class, and he's going to fight guys that are around his size that he can put an entertaining fight on with. What he's not going to do is blow up 6 weight classes. That's not going to be available. The shrinking down in weight, that's going to be much more difficult to do because they don't have any need to develop you as a fighter. So you had better be a fucking hell of a fighter at a very young age. No joke. You better be a hell of a fighter at a very young age. What's up, William Old School Art? Brother, the day is complete. Fanon, been around a long time? Yeah, I have. I've seen this, man. First of all, I know the people involved. I know the people involved. So I have a bias. I do. I will admit it. Ain't no way in the world that I want to get in the way of something that Ari Emanuel and guys that specifically him, because of the opportunities that he has given to people that I know that are black, that are very, very successful, that would not have been in the position that they're in right now if they had not done business with Ari Emanuel. So, and I'm pretty sure the relationship between the two is very, very good. Ari Emanuel wrote a beautiful note when my guy left his company and started his own movie production company. This guy's got his own investment banking firms now. He's got his own movie and he's got his own movie production facility. He's responsible for some of the biggest and the most successful movies in Black cinematic history. All because of the opportunity that Ari Emanuel gave him. And I believe this man is one of my best friends. I look up to him. To me, he's like a guy that I think of as almost like a hero. That's how much I think of this guy. And I won't say his name too many times, but that's how much I think of this guy. I've been telling you about him for a long time, bro. He's my fraternity brother. We went to law school together. We've been friends for over 33 years, bro. This has been one of my best friends for over 33 years. And I'll be damned if some guy that gives him the opportunity, I'm not going to be like, yeah, fuck Ari Emanuel and TKO and all that shit. And I'm not going to do that especially in the face of people that have hit campaigns out on me, hit campaigns out on PR, hit campaigns out on me, PR hit campaigns out on Gervonta, PR hit campaigns out on the PBC, slandering all kind of fighters, stealing all kind of money. Nah, man, I'm not riding with y'all. Y'all out y'all fucking mind if you think I'm riding with y'all. No. Family over fuck shit all day. And my brother's a very good friend of Rahm Emanuel. Rahm Emanuel's the brother of Ari Emanuel, and I will be very upfront about my interests in this. I've thought long and hard about what I thought about TKO and what I thought about Dana White. I've thought long and hard about it. And guess what conclusion I came to? Every person that I can't stand hates the idea of TKO. Everybody that I can't stand. Everybody that I actually have respect for really supports TKO. Not TKO, supports the Muhammad Ali Revival Act. The people that I actually like Tom Brown, like Luda Bella. I have respect for Luda Bella. I have respect for Tom Brown. I do. Those guys are Al Heyman, yeah, those guys do. I'm telling you, if you look at who supports it and who hates it, the people in the status quo, the crooks, wanted to continue to stay this way. They don't want to solve the problem, but otherwise they wouldn't continue to cause the problem. They wouldn't lie and slander and get in the way of fights and tear fighters. Listen to all the bad shit these people have done. Victor Conte, boxing is so bad that Victor Conte, a known fucking criminal within the fucking discipline of performance-enhancing drugs, he's the czar, working with guys that grow turtlebacks. Come on, man. You saw how those Tyson Fury fights were fixed. You saw how the arrows, what happened with what you see it. These are the guys that hate the Ali act that did what? It just cut out half their fucking money. So when I look at the scenario, I'm not just looking at what the act says. I'm looking at the people that are supporting it. And I've long said, bro, look, man, I ain't no sellout. I'm also not a traitor. And I'm loyal to people that are loyal to the sport. You niggas are not loyal to the sport. You're not loyal to the sport. You're not loyal to anything. You aren't truthful. You guys are a bunch of, anytime somebody speaks the truth, you attack them. And then later on, you want to jump on the bandwagon when you realize, oh shit, this is huge. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, they just bought boxing, bro. I still admire how Al Heyman moves in silence. Yeah, bro. Notice when Dana White said, I'm not worried about Bob Arum. I'm not worried about Bob Arum. Let me ask you a question. When Al Heyman tried to create a boxing organization called the PBC that could serve as a league similar to the UFC, when he tried to do that, who criticized him? Who criticized him? Bob Arum, Oscar De La Hoya, them, his competitors at the time. Also, Kathy Duva, everybody else opposed him. You opposed everything he wanted to do. And then after that was shut down, you then proceed to tearing down every fight he wants to make. He said he wanted to do his own belt. You ridiculed him. Oh, how are you going to have your own PBC belt? That's terrible. But you're fine with Ring Magazine having a belt. You didn't want PBC to have its own belt, but you wanted Ring to have its own belt. Right? No, you guys are losing bad. And I want to kick you niggas over the side of the ledge. I want to push you niggas over the ledge. That's what I want to do. Nah, man, I'm looking at who's involved. Amateur boxing can actually get money put in amateur boxing. Like you guys say, okay, well, guess what? There's not going to be any money, fewer belts, terrible for the amateurs. How is that going to be terrible for the amateurs if people are investing money in amateur boxing? In order to sign these people into TKO, in order to sign them into TKO, they got to have prominent amateurs. They have to have amateurs. If they start selling fighters as amateurs again, man, look, dude, there's ways that they can make this work, bro. There's ways that this can turn out good. I'm sorry, I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. And I'm not supporting my enemies. I also want you guys to be very clear. Grumpy Grow! Hey, man, look. Can y'all do me a favor? Grumpy Boxing, money is really tight on me. I can't lie right now. Money for me right now is tight. I'm an honest camper, bro. Boxing is very slow, and money on me is tight. God is good to this channel. I feel so blessed that I can do it every morning. But I have to be honest, the interest in boxing right now is not at the highest. And there's a lot of concern. So thank you to everybody that supports me. That said, Grumpy Boxing, his house burned down. If you guys could go, and if you can't give it to somebody, send it to somebody, the link to his GoFundMe, because his house burned down. And I would like for you guys to support Grumpy Boxing, if you would not mind, because I would love to support him, and I am going to support him, but it won't be what I want it to be able to be, because, you know, the powers that be got my money tight. You know what I mean? The powers that be. For now, take your time. You'll be okay. Trust in yourself. I know. I am, man. But no, let me tell you something, man. Curtis Robinson, even though boxing's slow right now, you guys have treated me so well. And you guys have been there for me so many days, like all that I can't help but continue to do it, bro, because the love you guys have already showed me, man. That's why I say it's family over fuck shit. No, man, we can talk. We'll continue to talk every day. We continue to grind. We got people in the comment section. We get people that watch the videos. You know what I mean? Like, no joke. We're doing, you know, better than 99 point. Actually, I think we're other than 0.00002% of people, you know, I'm doing very well. So, but at the same time, it's just not a time of surplus because unfortunate for me, the boxing establishment has been at war with me for many years. They have ostracized me. They have blackballed me. They have tried to get me shadow banned. They have sent legal papers to my house. They've done a lot of stuff to me. They've sent shadow competitors at me to badmouth me. They've sent people to counter program me. They've sent people to imitate me. They imitate me and imitate me and imitate me to take my audience away. You know what I mean? They've done a lot of stuff that because of the support of people like you that are watching, we've been able to overcome. And I appreciate that deeply, even in the times when, especially in the times when things are not, you know, when it's just not an overflow, right? You know what I mean? And I appreciate you, but you guys got to understand what I've been through and what the channel has been through and what the channel has already survived. I got put off YouTube, not by YouTube, but just by a confluence of circumstance, you know, for 6 whole months of not communicating with anybody. I had a big group. Let me tell you something, man. I had a group of people that had, you know, 10,000, 15,000 people, or, you know, 10, 15,000 people probably, who were always in a group that would watch videos. They all turned their back on me and accused me of all kind of bullshit as soon as they got a fucking paycheck from Bill Haney. You know, that's the type of people that are going to lose their income when this, because Ari Emanuel and I'm going to use the phrase. The phrase is called, and I'm going to show it to you on a piece of paper, Sovereign Wealth Fund. Do you know who is going to be paying for this? A sovereign wealth fund. William Oscar said for 9, YouTube boxing can't stand common sense talk. They have their own narrative and they rally against anyone speaking common sense. Absolutely. Because it's not within their narrative. And they're completely, because they took the easy way. They took the easy way out. They just get paid to say what people tell them to say and attack people and group up on people. Yeah, and they use leverage that they had at a certain time to secure the agreements that they have, and they became and earned a lot of money as a result of it. You know what I mean? The same POS group making a live now calling Tank a predator. I mean, I don't care. Hey, I appreciate that, Grumpy Grump. I'm honestly disgusted. I used to support them. Most people are very disgusted that they want, but honestly, man, you didn't support them. You didn't support them. You supported what they said they represented. That's what you supported. What they said they represented. But once they attacked Gary Russell Jr., you knew it was over. Once they did that to Gary Russell Jr., and it was such a concerted effort, and there were so many people involved in it, that it was like, okay, man, you know what? I don't represent you guys. I don't. If I help you do something, I did it because I was doing a favor for somebody. Other than that, man, nah, man, I ain't got anything to do with any of the agreements. That man said my girl said the LDP. Soul Glow, what up, man? I love the dollar holler. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for the dollar holler, brother. I knew I was there in my early 20s watching you. They did to Gary and you. Yeah, they tried to do something to me, bro. But look, bro, they bit off more than they can chew fucking with me. Let me be very, very clear. You guys are in a lot of trouble because you bit off more than you can chew fucking with me. And I'm saying that with all the humility that I can come up with, bro. I mean it, and I mean this truly. You guys walked yourself into an ass whooping of epic proportions because now you dumbasses had boxing bought up. Dog, the Muhammad Ali Revival Act is going to pass. It's going to pass. This is way beyond you clowns thinking that you could follow me around on the street and send somebody to hurt me. You remember when you guys thought you could do that? That is when you made the gigantic mistake. It's some bullshit legislation in my, oh no, it is not bullshit. It is ripping. It is not bullshit. It is ripping. Look, all you got to understand, 2 Cent, understand what it's doing. It's getting rid of all the small promoters. It's going to get rid of all the small promoters. It's going to get rid of all of the, it's going to allow, with the money that they're going to put into this unified boxing organization, it is going to shut these guys down. Because there's something you got to understand. It's not just the legislation, it's the effect of the legislation. It's going to have chilling effects. But at the same time, it's going to give huge economic opportunities to people that have a lot of money, because boxing, the sport, is not going to go anywhere. Really. It's going to gut the shit out of regional promoters. Because the cost of entry into the world of boxing just went through the roof. Your cost of entry has just went way up. You know why? Because in order, first of all, when it goes through, because it's going to go through. Marcus DeVillen in the building said it's really what the PBC tried to do, because remember when they tried to make PBC a belt on Spike TV, everybody tore it down. Yep. Because they wanted Ring Magazine. Because they wanted but they love the Ring Magazine. PBC is actually making fights themselves. But they want Ring Magazine, who doesn't make fights, to be the one that has that role. Yeah, the Boxing Writers Association of America is also fucked. The most beautiful part of this is that the Boxing Writers Association of America is fucked. There is no UFC writers. There is no UFC writers. There's no UFC Writers Association. The Boxing Writers of America has always tried to get in to talking about MMA, but I don't think they ever really made a good, they never really made a good foray into it. So, how many people are gonna give slide money to y'all boxing writers now? Anyway, let me put the link in the chat today. I'd appreciate anybody that want to chop it up. If anybody wants to support the channel, it's greatly appreciated. It's greatly appreciated. I have to tell you, I love the fact that this boxing legislation is supported by Ari Emanuel. Hey, did y'all see somebody called me a coon? Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you heard Blue Blood Sports TV sneak onto my that bum ass nigga. Look, did you hear how let's change subjects real fast. Did you hear how Clarissa Shields got caught going into somebody's live stream, somebody's live stream, and then saying and acting like she was some fake name? I think Blue Blood Sports TV did that shit to me. Yeah, somebody conveniently who stands to lose a lot of money because of this shit said I was a coon, implied that I was a coon because I said I am not going to fight against the Muhammad Ali Revival Act. I am not going to join Sean Vitale. I am not going to join Dana White. I'm not going to join Oscar De La Hoya in fishnets. I'm trying to tell you right now, I am not joining fishnets. I like fishnets as far as his very, very funny, Very, very funny. Snapback Thursdays. I like his Snapback Thursdays. All that good shit. I'm not fucking with these. I'm not going with them dudes. All right, no chance whatsoever, bro. These guys always carried the company line. They were all of them to the number. All of them carried the company line. All of them sold out. All of them sold out to the zone. How many of them sold out to the zone? How many? How many? How many? Then they bring out the old school cats who are so happy to be making some money that they are going to say whatever they are told to be said. Whatever they're told to say, Max Kellerman's ass is going to say it, and he's going to say it loud, and he's going to say it proud, and he's going to put as much bass in his voice as he can possibly put in his voice. You're going to have Jim Lampley. Jim Lampley is got that paycheck coming in his retirement. Oh, yeah, well over 70 years old, still getting bread. You better believe his ass is thanking. He's thanking these big money dudes because there ain't no network deals, but there's a deal for him. They gave him all television shows and everything. And now y'all are fucked. And I got to say, I love it. Who's going to pay Bill Haney? Hey, Bill Haney, where's the net profit deals? Ain't going to be no more of these. Bill Haney is the last of the last of the great con men. Let us call Bill Haney the last of the great con men in boxing. Eddie Hearn brought his monkey ass all the way over to the United States and is the only promoter that think dog, you got DAZN stealing money from Americans like it's going out of style. Ball up and get the fuck out, Eddie. Eddie, you going to, I like Ari Emanuel and, yeah, nigga, yeah, whatever. Everybody like Ari Emanuel. He got access to sovereign wealth funds. Let me see what he got. Let me see again. Let me see. My nigga. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My nigga got the most Oscars ever. Anyway, let's go. Let me see. Let me see Twitter real fit ass. Let me go to Twitter. Let me show you that I was right, by the way, about where this money coming from. Let me tell you who's paying this money. Let me tell you who's paying this money. Just in case you guys want to say, Fanon is crazy. First of all, I ain't crazy. I'm just very, very sensitive. Man, he's selling out like a champ. Woo, these niggas selling out. Where is this shit? Oh, man. Hold on, man. The mass sellout is going to be hilarious, bro. I ain't lying, bro. The mass sellout is going to be funny. Where's Sean Vitale? Sean Vitale. Shout out to Sean Vitale. I can't fuck with you, though, Sean Vitale. Man, how you spell Sean Vitale, bro? Shit. Go to his bookmark, bro. Damn, where to go? Man, I need to be bookmarking everything. Hold on one second. Hey, we got 56 people in the building. Let me look at this, man. Oh, dope. Hey, Phoenix in the building. Oh, Zital. Thank you, bro. I'm freaking tripping. Sean Zital. All right, following Sean Vitale. Sean Vitale does not follow me. So I don't have no problem. Hold on one second. When did you put this shit up here, bro? Here you go. Fight opinion. This was in Fight Opinion. All right, you ready? Let's go through this article that came out yesterday. I read this article. Very solid article. Very, very solid article. A lot of very, very good information in this. I think you'll enjoy. My man Phoenix the Assassin in the building said, I hope Eddie takes another few billion from them. I hope TKO and Zufta fail horribly. Let the event tonight flop. Let snowstorms this weekend mess up the broadcast. It's the miracle of the boxing needs. Bro, you going to get some miracles, dog. Man, I'm going to enjoy the show, bro. I ain't going to lie, dog. I'm going to enjoy the show. I am not going to give myself any extra blood pressure rushing over this crap. I am not. I need the thieves to leave. I need the thieves to leave. But let's read this article about what they think the ramifications of this act are. Okay? And shout out to the people over there on Twitter. Follow on Twitter. But let's go through it. Surprise, surprise, rich white boys take over the world. Hold on one second. I got one thing to do before I do that, though. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. Hey, what up, man? Zachariah said, for keeping your foot on their necks. Thank you, Zacharias B, bro. Thank you, for real. I need the support, bro, for real, for real. Thank you for putting real color up there, bro. Thank you. And my guy, Kurt Hurd, member for 19 months. And am I tripping, or does it say Chavez Jr. is fighting this Saturday at cruiserweight? Thought Ice had him strapped down. Nah, they let him back out. Ice had him let him out a while ago, bro. Ice sent his ass back to Mexico, bro. And then I think he may have got out of jail in Mexico. Yeah, I think that's what happened with Kurt Hurd. I think that's what happened, Kurt. All right, so let's go through this. You ready for this? I'm going to read it for you. In a 30-4 U.S. House committee vote on Wednesday, the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act, MAABRA, MABRA, man, sometimes I swear to God, life is so fucking funny. MAAHRA spells Mara. MAABRA, Mabra. Well, I'm going to call that shit Mabra. Mabra passed and is moving to the floor of the House of Representatives. Once passed, it will head towards the U.S. Senate with Texas Senator Ted Cruz likely taking the public lead on the message. Oh, wow. Then it will hit the resolution desk for U.S. Donald Trump's signature. TKO has officially altered American boxing through extraordinary regulatory capture before it even ran its first Zufta boxing event on Paramount. More specifically, Ari Emanuel and Egon Duran, the government contracting political mercenaries who exercise bank-level power fueled by sovereign wealth funds and Wall Street institutions, have set the stage to codify the Walmart blueprint for the entire global combat sports world. Let me repeat what they said. Before I repeat this again, or repeat this, because I don't want you can't repeat it again. I want to tell you, I told you idiots, you were fucking around with sovereign money. I told that yesterday. I said, who has the money for you guys to be putting these big fucking ridiculous amount of shit on? I told you the only people with enough money to put this shit out there like that are royalty. That is what they refer to when they said, more specifically, Ari Emanuel and Egon Durban, the government contracting political mercenaries. And let me tell you, I know a few government contracting political mercenaries. I know more than a few. Specifically, anyway, the people that work with them are as political mercenaries. I know the political mercenaries personally. I also know that they are who? Exercising banking level power. What did I tell you the money was coming from? I said they were coming from banks who exercise bank level power. Let's repeat that, because that's what I said. Bank level power. Where's the money from Turkey al-Sheikh coming from? It is coming from hedge funds that get the money from where? Trust funds that have the money stored where? In banks. Specifically, whose banks? I named the banks that you guys were conning. And now you have, let me explain how Ari Emanuel has power, because he's not just an executive. He's not just an entertainment executive. He is a what? Government contracting political mercenary who has bank level power fueled by, let's get to the royal people again, sovereign wealth funds and Wall Street institutions who do what? Manage funds in both trust funds, hedge funds, and other financial instruments. I told you where the money was coming from and that you were fucking with the wrong people, and they turned around and bought boxing on your dumb asses. I'll read this 100 times. And I want you, Claymore Rain, to understand that this is unlimited funds. A government contracting political mercenary who exercise bank level power fueled by wealth funds who release what? Money into the banks, and Wall Street institutions who do what? Release money into the banks, out of the banks rather, and into the hands of people that have prospectus. Let me guarantee you, I know where this money is coming from that is whooping your ass and just bought boxing. I told you we're fucking with the wrong people, because it's not Ari Emanuel. Ari Emanuel is just what? The political mercenary who is exercising bank level power. Bank level power, right? That's where Ari Emanuel leaves. But who is it fueled by? Who is giving him the energy? Who is giving him what he needs? Sovereign Wealth Fund with a S, not one. That is Sovereign Wealth Funds, S. Sovereign Wealth Funds. That's multiple. sovereign wealth funds. Not one, multiple. And Wall Street institutions have set to codify, which means what? To put it into law. A Wall Street blueprint, Walmart, which is generic. You're not paying anything for the product. You're just being a distributor of it. And you're going to go broke dealing with Walmart, and you're going to go broke if you don't deal with Walmart. Why? Because there is a political mercenary fueled by bank level power, or with bank level power, exercising bank level power. Which means what? Ari Emanuel gets to tell the bank to give the money to the UFC. I wonder why Ari Emanuel has access to banks. I wonder why Ari Emanuel, whose brother is Ron Emanuel, who's my brother's best friend, and Ari Emanuel, who is the mentor and basically partner of my best friend. I wonder where they get these sovereign wealth funds from. And they get to exercise bank level power. Shout out to Mama Janulius and the Greek banking system. I told y'all about this. And you can like it or you can lump it. You can like it or you can lump it. I told you so. Just yesterday, I told you the only way that this system that you guys are running works is if you have access to the money of a royal family. That's a sovereign wealth fund. Sovereign means a sovereign nation or a sovereign individual. Someone that has his own money, literally. You know when you saw Coming to America? You saw Coming to America? Yes, I'm going to watch the fights tonight. Yes, sir, Kurt Hurd. I am watching the fights tonight. Give me 1 second. Yeah, dog. On Paramount Plus, is this the Zoofta shit today? Yep, I'm gonna watch it. I might come on live to watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the fights tonight. I'm gonna watch it. I'll support it. I mean, honestly, I'm not in the mood to argue about you niggas, as I told you, bro. Didn't I tell you? Seriously, bro, didn't I tell you? I know I told you this. Can somebody put a 1 in the chat? So I don't see a lot of hecklers in here today. I don't have as many hecklers as I used to have, bro. How you feeling, Claymore Rain? Why don't you come on the channel, Claymore? Come on, Claymore. Let's make up, Claymore. Why don't you come on back, Claymore? Who's got the unlimited funds? Who's got the unlimited funds? Ari Emanuel is fueled. He is fueled by sovereign wealth funds. The institutions, the federal the Wall Street institutions are watching the multiple sovereign wealth funds. That is a king and a queen. That's sovereign. A sovereign nation. The United States doesn't have a sovereign. They don't have a king, right? So there's no sovereign wealth fund. Sovereign wealth funds come from lands with kings. That's what I told you. A sovereign wealth fund. And what I said was you guys weren't getting that money from the sovereign wealth fund in Saudi Arabia, but you are getting the money from a sovereign wealth fund. The sovereign wealth fund, I'm telling you right now, is one of the sovereign wealth funds that are connected to Ari Emanuel now. Because you guys don't have access to those sovereign wealth funds anymore. Ari Emanuel has access to those sovereign wealth funds. That's why you guys lost all your money. Because guess what? Turkey al-Sheikh was not spending the money in the United States. It was a sovereign wealth fund. Now it seems like Ari Emanuel is the one that is going to control the sovereign wealth fund because he has a partnership with Turkey al-Sheikh. And Turkey al-Sheikh and they already said that the PIF is not the one putting the money. It is the Beverly Hills investment firms that came out and were founded in 2023. By the way, I have very close friends that have Beverly Hills investment firms that started a little bit before that, but not much. Matter of fact, I have 3 friends that all have investment funds, that all have access to sovereign wealth funds. I told you. You bit off more than you could chew, tough guy. And now you guys are going to get out of business. And it sucks. It really does, man. I'm going to miss you guys. It sucks, bro. I'm going to ride it out, bro. Seriously. I'm 56 years old. I can't do shit else. I'm trying to get MH Blackwell. I don't want to talk about nothing other than boxing. Quite honestly, I'm telling you the truth. I wake up every morning wanting to talk about boxing, whether it's a fight or whether it's you scoundrels out here getting busted and getting all your games snatched up from underneath you because Dana White got huge backing now. Dana White's got huge, and Dana White ain't running nothing. It's Ari Emanuel who has bank-level influence over sovereign wealth funds because people that are sovereign trust him. You know why Ari Emanuel, guess what Ari Emanuel is not? Watch this shit. Ari Emanuel is not a finance guy. Ari Emanuel was an agent, an entertainment guy. How did he get access to sovereign wealth funds to start buying up all this shit? I remember when it happened because I was there. Yes, I was. Back when they were just, before they became Endeavor, way back when they were just whatever Endeavor was called before that. All they were doing at the time was just representing artists. They were representing musicians, actors, directors. That's what they were doing. And with William Morris Talent Agent, they went, in the time that my boy went to work for them and they started having relationships, they went from being a very influential talent agency, basically, to monopolizing combat sports. Mighty interesting how the same sovereigns that supported these people now were also related to the politicians that the sovereigns had supported. Because the sovereigns supported Barack Obama for president. I specifically remember telling people that Barack Obama was going to be president years before he became president. We've also named many mayors, many professional all the time. It's very easy to get done because we can donate as much money as we want because we're sovereign. How you like them apples? How you like them apples? And you can Google me, bitch. And I mean that to the bottom of my heart. So we don't have to have any more you buy. And let me talk to you boxing people. Now that the gig is up. The gig is up. My people are supporting this. My people. Fanon, who flipped your switch, man? You've been pissed off for a minute, G. No, I'm not pissed off. I'm happy. No, bro, I'm happy. Because these guys' chickens are coming home to roost. These guys that want us to support them and not pass this Muhammad Ali Act, Revival Act, not support Ari Emanuel, not support, excuse me, Egon Durban. The people that say don't support these guys, that have been people that have viciously attacked me. They've either completely ignored me or they viciously attacked me. Yes, they have. And now the people that my people are associated with, closely associated with, are moving into combat sports, specifically boxing. And you guys are scared to death of it, and you should be. Because you guys got so greedy, stealing so much money from these people that they decided that they were done with you. And I told you that the Ricos were coming. I told you that the Ricos were coming, and you called me crazy when I was saying I supported the PBC. PBC was doing fantastic. You guys want to bring in a bunch of competition with mysterious money, Russian billionaires, which is what? Probably a sovereign wealth fund out of Wall Street. You had Anthony Joshua running the Wall Street Bells. Why? Because some niggas out of Chicago probably and some scoundrels in New York gave you guys in the UK and gave you dudes some access to some sovereign wealth funds. And you use that to flood the US market and try to destroy the American market so that you could take it over. Because that's what you said you were doing. Eddie Hearn said he was having a transatlantic takeover with the money. And I remember being threatened by Spencer Fearon and being threatened by people that were close associates of Daniel Kinahan because they were going to bring in organized crime from Ireland to support their transatlantic takeover through MTK Global, who wanted to be the manager of all the fighters in the United States. This conversation about a takeover started because of what was a hostile takeover attempt by Eddie Hearn and DAZN in the United States. That was a hostile takeover. They brought a ton of money in and thought they could just flood the market with money, buy up the fighters, shut the PBC down, start running their ticket scams all through the United States. Then they lost. And then they brought in a backup in Turki al-Sheikh, who probably is accessing the same sovereign wealth fund. But the thing is, you have to have an excuse for having access to a sovereign wealth fund. And your excuse for access to a sovereign wealth fund was Turki al-Sheikh. But in truth, you had the same Wall Street sovereign hedge funds and Chicago hedge funds. You had that access to the same ones through the same people that were running game. Because there was a guy that was allowing that game to be run, but guess what? He died. He got sick and then he died. And now you can't pull it off because the person whose decision it is found out. Found out because you thought he was stupid and he was going to stay stupid forever. So guess what, bro? Boxing is going to continue, bro, in one form or the other. You guys are stealing so much money that it doesn't do any good to pay fighters a bunch of money because you guys take it out of their damn hands. Also, you guys are earning so much money fixing fights. You guys are out here clearly not fighting to win. You guys are out here getting $9 million for fights that you know you're buying the tickets for. Come on, man. You guys are running that ticket scam where you take all the tickets off the market and then you resell them out your pocket for even more higher prices. How much you want to bet that the sovereign wealth funds are responsible for a lot of the ticket sales being brought in and then you guys giving them away and doing all kind of shit with it? So now your ass is in trouble. Yeah, Dana White was a big red flag trying to finesse himself. Yeah, it's not Dana White. Bro, let me tell you something right now, bro. Dana White may be around. Dana White might not be around. I'm not talking about Dana White. I'm not talking about the decisions going on at the level of Dana White. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not a goofball. I'm not talking about Dana White. Dana White is not in control of this. Turki al-Sheikh is talking to Dana White, which tells me that Turki al-Sheikh is not in control of this. Because I've never seen Ari Emanuel sitting next to Turki al-Sheikh. So I don't want to hear this shit. Turki al-Sheikh is talking more about SAG awards and acting awards in Saudi Arabia. Last time I saw Turki al-Sheikh was given a Lifetime Achievement Award to Forrest Whitaker in Saudi Arabia. It doesn't look like Turki al-Sheikh's mind is primarily on boxing. No, because I'm telling you, no, he don't want no drama. You don't want no drama. He don't want no drama. Seriously, bro. They don't need his money. If you see what this says in this article and what I've told you before, it's very obvious he don't need his money. He don't need the money. Let me bring it all the way up. The government contracting political mercenaries who exercise banking level power fueled by sovereign wealth funds and Wall Street institutions, I will add Chicago as well, have set the stage to codify the Walmart blueprint for the entire global, and they're talking about the world, bro, the whole fucking thing, which means you're going to lose UK too. That says they're going to suck up the UK market too. Yeah, I told you about this shit. You guys want to put me in insane asylums, man. Y'all want it, man, bro. Let me tell you how much hurt it takes me to tell you the truth in the face of these people. Sean Vitale, let's talk about Sean Vitale. Bro, Sean Vitale is just trying to set himself up to be the counter voice to what is inevitably going to take place. He wants to be the Ari Emanuel or Ariel Helwani, the Ariel Helwani of boxing. That shit ain't going to play, bro. But he at least knows it's coming. And there's no way to get out of it because it's roasted, bro. You guys are crooks. Riz Dude said, cleaning up boxing. This just made my day. Keep it up, Fanon. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this shit is huge, bro. I want to harping on the words, though. Sovereign wealth funds. Sovereign wealth funds. I want to specifically, I want to focus on that. As we have a real analysis of what's been going on. You guys have been sticking your hands in the pockets of a king. I told you that yesterday. You guys mocked the king. You called him a lick. You took advantage of him. And it's coming back to bite you in a way that you could have never, ever imagined. Because you thought you were some street level tough guys. You thought you were some street level tough guys. That's what you thought you were. And you ran up, hitting a lick on who? Guys that own. Let me say this, and I'm going to read this backwards. Channel 68 said they called you crazy when you said it wasn't all of Turkey's money. It's not. Dog, Turkey backed his ass up. Turkey and those guys are spending money in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they are. Turkey al-Sheikh is spending money in Saudi Arabia, where he's from. He don't want no damn smoke. Okay? No smoke. So he cut a deal with some what? Let me put it out here for you again. How does this get up here like this? There you go. What's the word? More specifically, Ari Emanuel and Egon Durban, the government contracting political mercenaries who exercise bank level power by sovereign wealth funds and Wall Street institutions, have set the stage to codify the Walmart blueprint on the entire global combat sports world. They called you crazy when you said it wasn't all Turkey's money. Yep, they called me crazy every time I told the truth. Every time I told the truth, they told me I was crazy. They told, man, let me tell you something, man. These guys told people I was a pedophile and a homosexual and crazy. They called me all that shit. These guys that expect no ramifications ever threaten my life for telling you this. They threatened my life on multiple occasions. Because everybody said boxing is so criminal. You got all of these thugs. You can't go to game. These dudes will try to kill you because these guys are mafia members. And I told you. I know what kind of people you were. I knew the whole time, bro. You thought I was, this nigga's just, no. You can't touch me. I already told you. You niggas, if I go to your city, you're going to leave the city before I get there. I'm telling you. My life experience. I don't have to have any conspiracy theories. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if I show up anywhere around you. You're going to leave before I get there if you're of any danger to me whatsoever. You will not be around. If you threaten me, steal from me, do any of that shit around me, and you're not protected as a close family member of mine, your ass is in a lot of trouble. Because I'm the plug. Like I told you on Twitter before, there is no coincidence that there's no coincidence that my son is baptized by the Pope. There's no coincidence that my brother's best friends with presidents, popes. There's no coincidence that we can name mayors, senators. There's no coincidence that you scumbags come around me before you get paid. Every time one of you guys get your little hookups where you can quit your job and pay to talk boxing on YouTube, you got to come by my channel first. It's not coincidental that Shakur Stevenson came by my channel before he got paid. My name is Martin Blackwell. And I know what the fuck I am and who the fuck I am. And you niggas thought you had a lick to hit. And now you're in a lot of fucking trouble. Like I told you would be. I told you about the Ricos. So jump up here and call me crazy. When there's 6 Ricos related to gambling. Also, I told you when somebody told me that they will never see Terrence Crawford in handcuffs. I saw that nigga in handcuffs not a week later. Let me repeat all of the Fanon Adamus. Why would any thinking brown person support? Get the fuck out of here. I told you about the fucking Ricos. I'll tell you why a thinking black man would, because I'm sick of you niggas stealing money. That's why. I'll tell you in a second why I would support them. Because I'm sick of you lying scumbags stealing fucking money. Family last name is Blackwell here in Louisiana. They even have a road. Yeah, man, we got a lot of shit. We got a lot of shit. But like I said, we're on 6 Ricos related to gambling. And by the way, the UFC and Ari Emanuel got raided. Yeah, I know I'm capping. Right, I'm capping. I'm capping. I'm capping for real. I'm capping for real. Fuck you little ass peons, nigga. I don't care about you peons. I've been calling y'all peons. I'm not pissed off. I've been calling y'all peons. I've been calling you peons. Middle managers, bro. Out here, Victor Conti telling everybody in boxing that I need to find a job. What do you think Victor Conti meant when Victor Conti said Fanon needs to get a job? What do you think he meant by that? You think he meant to think that I needed to go get employed and look for something when he put in all caps, Fanon boxing needs to get a job? Same way your little mafia nigga out there in New York, Rick Glazier said Fanon need to get a job. What do you think that meant? Tough guys? Huh? Well, I just named 2 guys. I just said Victor Conte and Rick Glazier. I just said 2 guys. Name the names. I'll name 2 guys that threaten me. Victor Conte, whose ass is no longer alive, and Rick Glazier, who serves to have nothing left whatsoever. He was salty. You put his business out. Yeah, he was salty as shit. He shut his ass up, though. Seriously, man. Let's go back to this article again, though. The government contracting political mercenaries whose banking level power, fueled by sovereign wealth funds and Wall Street institutions, have set the stage to codify the Walmart blueprint of the entire sports combat world. So we could go into, but I've already explained the rest of the article. I already have. I've already talked about what they believe the manifestation of this is going to be. My belief is that it is going to cause the unification, and it needs to cause the unification of the sanctioning bodies. You need to do a consolidation of the sanctioning bodies immediately to bring up the value of each of the belts that you have. Now that you're not going to be able to have 50 million belts. You're only going to be able to have 17 belts. By the way, 17 belts, only of which maybe 5 or 6 are going to bring in any money, right? 5 or 6, or only that's the only amount that are going to bring in any money. 5 or 6. So, yeah, and then you're going to have you don't have any feeder system. You don't have a feeder system anymore because they basically stole your feeder system, and they're going to push it over there because niggas like y'all keep stealing. Man, put a 1 in the chat if you like the conversation, man. Salute Fanon. Chat, Happy New Year, Fanon. Let's go. 2026, stay on there. Illegal neck. Oh, I am. I don't appreciate you niggas threatening my life. Can I have a heart-to-heart with you guys for a second? I can tolerate anything other than you guys threatening my life and threatening my wife's life and threatening my children by telling me you knew where my children were, by telling me that you knew what my son's grade point average was. You knew where my daughter went to school. You know, all those little messages you guys used to shoot at me, telling me that you could touch me. You remember when Southpaw used to come over here and say the reason that he liked me is because he was close, he could touch me? You remember all the threats and all that bullshit you niggas kicked at me, bro? You remember when y'all did all that smack talking and all that shit? I'm not like y'all. I'm not like y'all. Okay? I'm not like y'all. I'm really, truly not like y'all. Let me talk to Champside, who slandered my name. Champside. You still want to smoke, little man? Huh? Any of you niggas want to smoke still? You niggas still got shit you guys want to say about me? You niggas still want to put videos about my name and no matter what? Because you niggas is getting paid money for doing videos and they know goddamn well you ain't making no money on your channel like that. Y'all got full-time jobs and you guys do hit pieces. Y'all still feel like doing hit pieces on me? Where do you think this is going to lead? Where do you think this is going to go from here? Relative to me. I've already told you, bro, you can Google me. Yes, you can. You can Google me. You can Google my relationships. You can Google them. You can play a little I Spy. Not even much at all. And know you're dealing with something, bro, y'all niggas should have never, ever fucked with. Because I can absolutely make sure you don't earn any money. Yes, I can. I absolutely. When I say I want a trigger pulled, that shit gets pulled, bro. Because you guys don't have any more ends. because I fired all my family members that had anything to do with anything to say about my business other than my brother. So you don't have any more ends for your sovereign funds. No more money. And didn't I tell you that you guys were going to run out of money? Didn't I tell you that you were going to run out of money? That was not a prediction. That was an order. That was me telling them to put RICOs on you. I'm going to be very straight with you bums. I told people to put RICOs on you. I did. And it's the people that I'm close to that are buying boxing with access to money that they've been approved to get. Because we approve the money. You don't have access to sovereign wealth funds anymore, Claymore Rain. You ain't got sovereign. You don't got any access anymore. You don't. You got no more little tricks you can pull. I'm not even going to. The only thing I said about the Muhammad Ali Act is that you can't get rid of it. I said that from the J. We're going to repeal the Muhammad Ali Act. I said it's not going to get repealed. At best, it's going to get amended. And what do? They amended it. This live is about Gervonta Davis responding to Dana White, to accusations, and Dana White doing more than taking over boxing. Let me tell you what it's about. Dana White did not take over boxing. He did more than take over boxing. When they passed this, and it's not Dana White, it is the government contracting political mercenaries who exercise bank level power fueled by sovereign wealth funds and Wall Street institutions. That's because his ass is begging to get access to a sovereign wealth fund. Of course they are, because they're trying to stay in. Sorry, buddy, you're not welcome, Claymore. Sorry, Claymore, that money's not going to come to you, Claymore. You're not going to get a Zufta job just because you think that you can suck up and get one. You're not talented, bro. Sorry. And plus, we're not going to hire you. I'm already going to tell you. You might as well start talking bad about Zufta. Because I'm telling you, my people are not going to fuck with you. They will not fuck with you. One thing I can tell you for sure, that this is 100% fact. If I don't like you, they're not going to fuck with you. Because they don't want no smoke with me. And I'm going to be very, very blunt about it. Ari Emanuel don't want no smoke with me. None. He does not want to wake up in the morning with me talking bad about him. He doesn't want the drama that will come along with that. He doesn't want it. They don't want it. The only niggas that have been stupid enough to want it is you idiots running around thinking you're street level thugs. They don't want the smoke, bro. We got more than enough connections to cause all kind of problems for everybody involved. And they don't want the problems. Because I'm more than willing to cause the problems that they don't want to have caused. There's a reason I can name a mayor. There's a reason I can do it. They don't want no fucking smoke. Of course. Get out of here. Of course, Ari Emanuel knows me. Of course. I don't know him, stupid. Matter of fact, let me be full-fledged cocky with you niggas. Ari Emanuel knows me. I don't know him. Let me let you think about this for a second, you fucking peons. Ari Emanuel knows me. I don't know him. Get it? You know why? Because he needs to know me. I don't need to know him. Do you get it? You think there's somebody important. I don't think there's somebody important. You could have an important person stare right in your face, and you will never admit that that is an important person unless they're on TV or somebody tells you how much money they have. That's the only time that you guys learn to respect people. But you better believe the people at that level know who they better respect, because they don't want no smoke. So like I said, no, I don't know Ari Emanuel. No, I don't. But you better believe he knows me. I don't know Joe Biden, but you better believe Joe Biden knows me. When I met Barack Obama, I didn't walk up and introduce myself to Barack Obama. Barack Obama walked up and introduced himself to me. When I met Joe Biden, I didn't walk up and introduce myself to Joe Biden. Joe Biden walked up and introduced himself to me. When I met Bill Clinton, I didn't walk up to meet Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton walked up to meet me. You better recognize, and I ain't playing no games with you niggas. I don't know these niggas. They know me. I don't need them. They need me. Because of who I am and what I've done in my life. Not what you guys have done in your life, what I've done in my life. I have paid it. I paid the bills. I brought the money in. I did what was necessary to do. I killed the buffalo. I killed the buffalo. I did the connections. I fought. I did it. I made the connections that made this possible. I was the one that made the sovereign wealth funds possible. I did it. I was the one that connected the dots. I was the one that got it. And I'm the one that handed it over and didn't ask for anything from myself. But if you think you clowns can come up here, make moves on me, clown me, you're out of your fucking minds. And I've been telling you the whole time, and I don't give a shit who you niggas are. You ain't driving me out of boxing. I'm going to drive you out of boxing. How you like that? You all set to driving me out of boxing, and now you niggas is looking at the bottomless pit of nothingness. How you like that? You guys want to talk all that crap. You guys want to do all that nonsense, get in the way of the PBC, talk all this and talk all that. You guys, all of a sudden, you guys got waves and waves of money to waste. You boxing writers got all kind of little campaigns you run on people. You had enough nerve to send some paperwork to my house. You better recognize who you fucking with, bro. There's a reason that Blackwell's name is known everywhere, but nowhere at the same fucking time. You go to Philadelphia, mention my name. Mention it. They're going to know it, but they ain't going to know it. Go somewhere, anywhere. They got my people there. Anywhere. 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 You guys got nothing. Nothing compared to us. Nothing. And you guys attacked us and you tried to take over what was ours. Yes, you did. You accessed our money and spent it wildly. And you cannot say, oh, Martin's losing it. Because every bit of it was documented. Every step of the way it's been documented. Every step of the way. And it's been documented on this channel. So, excuse me if I don't cry any tears for you guys going out of business, bro. None. None. Because you guys wanted us to go out of business. You wanted the PBC to go out of business. You wanted my channel to go out of business? Seriously, dude, you guys buying views? How many buys? How much money from those sovereign wealth funds went to paying YouTube channels that didn't do anything but subvert the PBC? Let's think about this for a second. What was the budget for the fights where you guys are paying guys out of net profit? You didn't get the deal until I met Bill Haney's team. I met Bill Haney's team. And after that, all of a sudden, you guys got access to miracles. Terrence Crawford got access to hedge funds. How the hell does Terrence Crawford have access to $20 million hedge funds? How does Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s guy have access to $20 million hedge funds? Dude, my brother and father, entrepreneurial Hall of Fame. Off the money they had access to. But anyway, we don't have to live in La La Land no more. My name is Martin Himes Blackwell. That is my name. You niggas know perfectly well who I am. I don't have to know who you are. So ask me again whether or not Ari Emanuel knows me or not. Seriously, give me that question again. David Axelrod knows me. Barack Obama knows me. Barack Obama knows me. My niece babysat for Barack Obama. I used to play basketball with Barack Obama. My brother is best friends with Barack Obama. You think somebody like my brother with the relationship with the Pope and the relationship with Barack, who is a what? A political mercenary. Oh, I'm sorry. Ari Emanuel, who's a political mercenary. You think I'm not supposed to sit here and know full well these guys know each other? Of course they know each other. Of course they know me. I'm bigger than my brother. You can ask my brother. I love my brother to death, but my brother will tell you in a second that I'm bigger than my brother. I'm bigger than him. Bigger than him. And by the way, I love my brother with all my heart. I'm significantly bigger than him. Significantly more influential. Significantly. So much so that I don't leave my house. And in fact, they take care of all that stuff. That's why I can have a YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Because that's what I do with my time now. I've already put my work in to get where I am. I've already made money for my family. I've already put people straight. That's why I got the great beard I have that you guys don't respect. That I got through honest, hard work. My brother is one of the most influential men you will ever meet. And I say that with love. He's not me. So you guys play with me if you want, bro. I've always told you it's bad for your health. You don't have to explain yourself to P-Bonds, bro. We see your fam. Please keep the great. No, seriously, Jamal Weeks, thank you. Nah, bro, sometimes I got to tell you, niggas, I got to tell you so that they understand that I understand. Brother, listen to me. I want you to understand that I understand. It's very important that certain people understand that I understand. I am not blind. I am not confused when you ask me something. I'm not confused when you come around me. I'm not confused. I'm not confused. Okay? I know what's going on. Don't play me. Don't play me. Just like Terrence Crawford. And I told Terrence, listen to me when I'm telling you this. Terrence Crawford said something about my mother. I knew it was going to happen. I said it was going to happen. Terrence Crawford said something bad about my mother. He said that my mother should have swallowed me. He said that about me and Boxing Ego. I'm going to be very clear. Him saying it about Boxing Ego is one thing. I don't know Boxing Ego's mother. But I know my mother. And him saying that about my mother, I knew that he was going to get a gun stuck in his face. I knew it. I just wondered, when exactly are they going to stick a gun in his face? When are they going to stick a gun in his safe? You pride yourself on the Pope and the president, but who gives a fuck about our people? You simple and not, man, shut the fuck up, bro. Let me tell you something right now, bro. I'm talking about my people. Fuck you, nigga. Barack Obama is a black man. We take care of black people all the time, bro. We put food on black people's plate. You don't do shit but ask people for money. We actually put money on people's bank accounts. What are you talking about? Who's behind black people and supporting black people? Us. You have any idea how much money we give to black businesses in the United States? You have any idea how much money we give to black colleges and universities? You have any idea how many Kappa Alpha Psi, Alpha Phi Alpha, how many people are employed because of us? We have entire communities of black people. I'm not even going to talk about you bootlickers, nigga. You guys don't do shit but beg people for money. You ain't done shit but beg niggas for money. You beg people for money, bro. We give people access to loans, bro. We give people access to money without loans. You guys don't do shit but steal out of people's trust funds. You're nothing to me. By the way, we don't even need you. Let me be very clear. The people that I'm talking about, we don't even need you. We can just give you the house. If you peddly ass bastards would stop stealing so much, we wouldn't even need half the shit that we got going on. All we got to do is get rid of you. We own the houses, stupid. You ever heard of BlackRock? Have you ever heard of BlackRock? BlackRock probably owns your house. Do you know how many rental units we're buying, bro? Do you have any idea how much money is being put in by these people into buying homes, rental homes, so that they can solidify the market and they won't have to worry about people getting ejected because of their interest rates flying up and down? They're advising people to rent and they're buying massive amounts of rental property to help house the housing property. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Blue blood? What are you doing, Jesse Jackson? Besides pimping money off of us? Seriously, what are you doing besides taking our money? What are you doing? BlackRock, Blackwell, Black, any of that shit. Look what we do and look what you do. We got the money to pay for it. We got the money to pay for it. But you don't want us to have our money to pay for it. You want to steal all our money and spend it and squander millions and millions of dollars. You don't want to do shit. You want to hit a lick. Who the fuck are you niggas to talk? You guys are thieves that don't even want to buy pay-per-views. Who are you to talk? Every day, every single solitary fight that I've seen, I've supported with my own money. You don't even support fights with your own money. You sell out so you can get free tickets. You guys don't back shit, bro. You don't back shit with no money. That's it. You just talk about reparations. I ain't never asked for reparations. Never. Never. You've never heard me ask for reparations. Ever. You know why I don't ask for reparations? Because I don't need it. You crazy? You know how much money we got? What do we need for these broke niggas to repay us for? For what? We own the country. Stupid. We have all kind of shit. If we would be patriotic Americans and don't allow ourselves to be misled by people like you, blue blood, you dishonest sack of shit. And I mean that with my whole heart, bro. Nah, it's not negativity. It's not negativity. It's real. You guys, I'll calm my voice down, but you still have to understand this. Serious conversation about Black America. Bro, y'all can go, you people that want to tell people how to live their life, but you ain't putting no money on the table, you need to shut the fuck up. If you not putting money on the table, shut up. Money talk, bullshit talk. Money talk, bullshit walk. We got what? We got government contracting political mercenaries who exercise bank level power fueled by sovereign wealth funds. Bro, I already told you we got sovereign wealth funds. I already told you where the money was coming from. I told you yesterday. And I want you to understand this. If it wasn't for the Congressional Black Caucus and a bunch of niggas talking about reparations, and I don't mind paying, we wouldn't mind paying them. But we weren't slaves. This money did not come from slave owners. No, it's coming from countries and people that own the money. It's their money. So the people that you want reparations from, hate to break it to you, it was always their money. And they had nothing to do with your slavery. But guess what they did? They invested in the United States heavily in Black communities. They invested heavily in it. But every time they invest, you get people like Blue Blood. You get people like Al Sharpton. You get people like Jesse Jackson Jr. You get these people that want to direct where the money's going to go and what we're going to think. And they want to do social engineering and they want to do all that stuff, bro. No, bro, we don't even need it. I'm telling you, we already got the money. But y'all don't believe in me. Like, seriously, bro, I know this stuff to be true, but I got to fight through all kind of insanity accusations while you guys know at the same time that what I'm saying is true. But yet y'all let these white people imprison people like me. You let them imprison people like me. Imprison me in accusations, imprison me with all kind of bullshit. And you guys are the black people that sell people like me out all the time. I can give you access to the money. I can make it happen. Me, myself, I can make it happen. Me, I'm the guy. I can make it happen. And it has nothing to do with boxing, but I'm the guy that can make it happen. But y'all want to steal the money, blockade people like me, and then steal all the money for yourselves because you want to determine where the money goes. If I'm a black nationalist, you got to do some shit bad to me or block me so that black nationalists, or you co-opt black nationalism. We taking it all. You're not taking shit. You catching bullets, clown. Like, seriously, bro, you're not even going to live. What do you mean? You guys can't take that money. You guys are you're not even alive, homie. What are you talking about? Like, bro, you can't touch nothing, bro. Nothing. You can't touch nothing, homie. Nothing. You have no mechanism by which you can defend yourself. You have no mechanism by which you can escape. You got no mechanism, buddy. None. None. I don't know who you think I'm talking about, bro. All of these mysterious bullshit people like the Illuminati that you come up with when you're mad, you're trying to explain how can all this stuff work. When you start talking about the Illuminati and the Boule, bro, we don't give a shit about none of that. We don't care about none of that. None of that. Trust me, none of that. None of that's going to help. None of it. All that stuff is in place to keep people from asking directly for the money. Let me be clear. When you see all of that stuff, those people are just there to be the buffer. They are the buffer. That's what they are. They can do all this hand signal and all that stuff, and you can see Beyonce like this. And bro, all they're doing is that's where the money comes from. Yes, they're acknowledging where the money comes from when they do that. But bro, you got to understand, just because you do this, bro, don't make you this. And you guys are going to pay a price, bro. And I'm sorry for you. You continue your righteous indignation. May you have power beyond what is normal. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro. Honestly, I believe him on that 100. I'm just telling you what the truth is, man. I'm telling you the truth is, bro. I'm not lying to you, dog. They want you to act like I'm lying to you. I'm not lying to you. Ari Emanuel can't do shit. Ari Emanuel just can't magically come up with $9 billion, bro. But we can. Without a doubt, bro. We can move billions of dollars very easily. And guess who knows this? Blue Blood knows it. That's why Blue Blood said that they have trillions of dollars for boxing. Why would put a 1 in the chat if you remember when Blue Blood said that Turki Al-Sheikh had trillions of dollars for boxing? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. When he said he had trillions of dollars for boxing. Trillions. That's what he said. Trillions. I'm telling you right now, I've got access to trillions. The only thing that prevents me from moving trillions is when somebody that moves them just refuses to do their job. That's it. The only way that only thing that prevents me from doing it is if there's some foreign blockade or some other stupid shit on me for me doing that. No joke, bro. Easily. I named a president. We got a president named. That's trillions right there in military spending. We do it all the time, bro. I've got all kind of connections with people that spend trillions of billions and billions and billions all the time, bro. Absolutely, from private money that they have. They print their own money. They're sovereigns. You know what I mean? Sovereigns can print their own money. So look, dude, you know who it is that has access to trillions. It's not Turki Al-Sheikh. You just calling nigga a turkey. You just calling a nigga a turkey because you think you cute. That's all it is. You're just calling somebody a turkey because you think it's cute. And you think it's a nice little double entendre so you can play games. You see it as a big fat turkey that you can get to. Because because he has connections to a Saudi royal prince, and you can use that as a justification. Come on, man. That's what you did. That's the lick you ran. That's the lick in front of everybody on YouTube, in front of everybody in the world. But you thought that you could get rid of me. Yeah, you did. You thought you could just get rid of me or move me somewhere. And guess what? I'm not leaving boxing, and I mean this. I am committed to boxing. I am, whatever this transition turns out to be, I am going to ride this transition out. And the reason that I'm going to do it is, number one, I love this channel so much because you guys have given me an avenue to tell the truth. Not the news, not the bullshit, not the media journalistic dumb shit. The real honest truth, bro, that rips to the core. Because I can tell you what's going to happen. Yes, I can. And I'm not telling you what can happen not only because I'm good at predicting shit. No, they want me to ask questions of me and get me to say things so they have an excuse to go make it happen. If they think that they're friends with me or some enemy or an enemy of mine, people with access to information and money that don't like me will big you up to try to limit me from being able to do what I can do because they want to compete with me. I have competitors. Well, let me say something. I used to have competitors. I used to have people that thought they were competing with me just because they have a YouTube channel. You used to think you could press up on me because you have a YouTube channel. Oh, let me just have more views than him. Let me have more, what did you guys buy? You bought views, you bought likes, you buy all that shit so that you can have a bigger profile. So you think that would match what the influence is. And I told you guys before, I'm the most influential person. It's me. I'm telling you, you are not going to find anybody more influential than me. You're not. Because I set out as a mission in my life to be extremely influential. And I found a very nice niche that allows me to be so. And you can't touch me because if you touch me, ain't no money. If something happens to me, ain't no money. If you are cool with me and I'm no longer cool with you, ain't no money. Bro, I can literally get you slept where you sit. Diesel. I can literally get you slept where you sit. Keep talking shit, bro. Say about 3 more things. Talk some more shit. For real. Say a couple more things. Yeah. Okay. There you go. I wouldn't have done that if I was you, bro. I wouldn't. You shouldn't have done that. I'm telling you. You really shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry for what happens to you, brother. Because you are somebody that's hiding behind a computer screen. But, bro, we know exactly where you are behind that computer screen, bro. I'm telling you right now that the information systems of the CIA, the FBI, and all of your global monitoring will find you, bro. No, I'm going to tell you flat out to your face, bro. No, I'm not saying I'm going to send anybody anyway. I'm going to tell you, you need to not say that. I'm not sending anybody anyway. I'm just telling you, you should not say that. You shouldn't say that you're going to do something to Barack Obama. I'm going to tell you, you shouldn't say that. I'm just going to tell you it's a very bad practice. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do it. That's not smart. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not threatening you or anything. I'm just telling you, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. There's a reason people don't click the link anymore, bro. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't disrespect me. That's not smart. And it may not happen now. It may not happen for a year. It may not happen directly to you. But you shouldn't do things like that. You really shouldn't. You really shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't. Anyway, though, that aside, I'll let that go. Anyway, so look, man, I'm not going to support it. I am not going to resist these changes that are coming from TKO. And I'm not. I don't believe it's good for boxers. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think it's good for boxers. I think the Muhammad Ali Act, Revival Act, is terrible for fighters. It's terrible for fighters. That's the only bad thing about it, is that it's terrible for boxers. That's it. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what's funny, though? It's almost like you guys think that there's no ramifications for the things that you say and that you do. Like you think that there's no ramifications for the things that you say and that you do just because nobody in the live stream gets to see the ramifications of what happens to you because you're too stupid to realize that you are absolutely known and there is no hiding. You guys think that you can really hide from the ramifications of your actions. And I'm here to tell you that, no, you cannot escape them. And I am not some thug walking around saying, oh, I'm going to pick up a phone and I'm going to call somebody to come get you and we're going to do. No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, bro, you need to be very careful who you talk shit about and who you talk shit to. And I'm going to say it again. Terrence Crawford, you got a gun stuck in your face. And I knew it was going to happen. And I said it on this channel. I told you. I said that nigga's in trouble. And Rick Timms told me that you will never see Terrence Crawford with him in handcuffs. And I told Rick Timms, don't be so certain that you won't see him in handcuffs. Less than a month later, Terrence Crawford's ass was in handcuffs after he had a gun stuck in his face. So I'm just going to keep telling you, you niggas want to act like you can disrespect anybody just because you can't be seen. I'm telling you, you should not do that. You shouldn't do it. Just because you see some little old lady Don't think that just because she can't slap you in the mouth that she's somebody you should be talking shit about or somebody that you should be kicking, because you don't know who her brothers are. You don't know the people that are friends with her. And I'm going to tell you something right now, bro. I got some really wild friends. I do. I've got some very wild, some very violent, some very unstable, and some very influential friends. So when you threaten me and I am connected to the livelihood of my friends and I have a brother, my brother doesn't like you insulting me. My brother doesn't like you threatening me. My brother's not going to let you hurt me. My friends are not going to let you hurt me, especially if we're making money together. So what do you think they're going to do to you if they really think that you're a threat to me? They're going to find out who you are and they're going to make sure you're not a threat to me. That's what's going to happen to you. Guarantee you. Every single solitary time it happens. And you guys know that that happens. That's why you're indicted. That's why you got RICO charges on you. Because I told you you're going to have RICO charges because you're fucking around. And what happened? My friends put RICO charges on you. Yes, they did. My friends did. My friends did. And my friends are going to do it without me asking them because they're my friends. Get it? If I see you doing something to my friend, I'm going to get you for doing something to my friend. If you want to do something to me, say something to me. But if you touch my brother, bro, me and you got fucking problems, bro. I'm not me and you going at it well before you get to my brother. So y'all keep talking shit about people, man, and thinking people ain't got brothers, sisters, cousins, family, business relationships that rely on them and rely on their safety. You keep thinking that you can just walk around like the wild, wild fucking West, making threats on the internet. Like, can't nobody find you, bro? Everybody is trackable, even if you have your VPNs. And guess what? There's no VPN that can get past the hackers that work for the NSA. You better believe NSA can track you in anything and everything that you do, anything and everything you've said. And they can pull it up whenever they want to because they have full access to all of the files for all the insurance companies, all of the medical departments, you understand the power of the people that you think you can just threaten and talk shit to? Boy, do I have to teach you what power means? You guys need to leave certain people alone, bro. There's certain licks you shouldn't hit. Not all money is good money. And like I said, my brothers and my sisters will take care of me, bro. I know that. And I'm going to take care of them, and they know that. Okay? And they're in the NSA, they're in the FBI, they're everywhere, bro. They're everywhere. They're in the executive branch, they're in the legislative branch, they're in the judicial branch of every state, local government that there is. We got people in the police departments, people in the fire departments, people in the Air Force, Navy, Marines, everything. Everything. And you think my brothers ain't going to take care of me? My brothers are going to take care of me like I took care of my brothers. You guys don't understand what you fucking with. Okay? I don't care about no Illuminati. I don't care about your Saudis. I don't care about, shout out to Israel, shout out to any of your nations, any one of you. Shout out to all of you, but none of you make me lose sleep. Not none of you. Make me lose sleep. Like I said, sovereign wealth funds. And y'all better keep your fucking hands up out these sovereign wealth funds without you getting some permission. So y'all keep talking. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow. You know how it is. I was talking today, and I'll be talking tomorrow. And I'm going to be talking directly to you today, and I'm going to talk to you directly tomorrow because you guys want to act like you little petty street niggas don't know what it is to be on top. You don't know what power is. You don't know what it is. You don't know how to manipulate it. You don't know how to gain it. You don't know what it takes to maintain it. You don't. You ain't been through the fire. You ain't crossed the sands. You can't swim. No, you've not paid the price. You've not paid the toll. You've not. You've not faced them down. You've not stared them down. You've not. You niggas a bunch of people trying to come up, thinking you're going to come up because you're going to hit a lick. Nah, bro, you licked up on the wrong nigga over here. Trust me. You licked up on the wrong one, bro. I'm a made man like you would not believe. And matter of fact, bro, I was born. I wasn't even made, nigga. I was born one. Born one. Y'all get made. I was born. I ain't never had no choice. I was born in it. You niggas were made in it. You came to it. I was made from it. You niggas don't even understand what I'm saying. Y'all don't deal with it. Y'all don't deal with it. So sit your little ass down and keep your hand out of people's money. And maybe these people will let you have some money. Otherwise, you're not going to have nothing. Trust me. They will drain you dry without a doubt because it's our money. It ain't your money. Claymore Rain. I got trillions of dollars. You ain't got shit, Opio Latham. And let me finish my live stream at 2.5 hours on this. Opio Latham, you ain't got shit. How you feeling now, Opio? Little man? How you feeling, little man? How you feeling, O Block? I'm every bit of what I'm saying, nigga. I'm every bit of what I'm saying. I'm every bit of what I'm saying. I'm every bit of what I'm saying. Prove me wrong. I'm every bit of what I'm saying. Every bit of what I'm saying. I'm every bit of what I'm saying. Every bit of what I'm saying. And a lot more, homie. I'm every bit of what I'm saying. And a lot more, homie. Keep playing. Keep playing. Anyway, I'm out. Much love to everybody in the chat. Everybody in the super chat. Benji said they don't understand, Fanon. Nah, they don't understand. They don't understand. But that's okay. Deuces.